What's up, guys? Alexander here. Another back with another review, and this one's gonna be a bit different, simply because, well, first off, this is RahXephon, created by Yutaka Izubuchi and Bones, and art by Takeaki Momose, I think you pronounce that. And but Sadie's a bit different because I was actually introduced this via the anime first. Some people might know it better through that. And it was one of the first mecha I remember ever watching. And I really enjoyed it. And I found this later on. And again, it's going to be different because this is probably going to be one of the few that I say I can't really recommend. And I'll explain to that in a bit. But first, anybody doesn't know, again, RahXephon, mecha anime in kind of a similar vein to Evangelion. And the plot revolves around our main character there in the front, named Ayato, and a girl right there named Reika. And they live in Tokyo. And, just going their little teen. They're like uh, childhood friends that are like raised together as family. And our Reika has a big crush on him, but he sees her more just a little sister after an incident when they were little. And one day, after they get back from school, just craziness starts going down around them as jet fighters are flying and not being shot down by a mysterious force. And then they're approached by a uh, a woman by the name of Haruka Sho, and leads them out to the world and telling them that their world is not quite what it seems to be. And I didn't want to give away more than that, but pretty much leads them to this mecha named RahXephon, and that uh, she's part of an organization to help stop this group of uh, invaders called the Mullions. They're trying to take over the world and change it. And he can help stop them with the help of this RahXephon, the giant mech. And that's pretty much the basic plot. And so I'm sorry, this one's a bit different. It's hard for me because I really like the anime. I think the anime is a little underrated and always gets too comparatively drawn to Evangelion, which is a much bigger, obviously more popular series, but I think it still has got its good points, at least for the anime. Now for the manga, I'm going to start off with just the art, which can look pretty decent at times, I think, and at least with the mecha and some of the action, but some of the characters and some of the normal, like when it's just being, characters and characters and dialogue, I feel like the artwork just seems a little stiff sometimes. It doesn't have lends itself really to a lot of like action, and that has to do a bit also with the character designs. I think are also a little weak. They don't really stand out too much from like typical stuff. They just don't have anything that really makes them stand out, at least in my opinion. And other than that, next is well, this is also again like a similar vein to Evangelion, so there's a lot of existential listness to it about like free will and deciding your own fate and things like that. And I think it's pretty executed well in the anime. And for here, well, this is where I'm going to start getting into like uh, the problems I have with it, at least for me. Again, the art is kind of weak. You know, there's, boring character designs, at least in my opinion. And again, with why I think it's done better and some of the themes touched in it, it's just because the tone of the series in the manga is way over the place. Like, there's a lot more like fan service. And I know like RahXephon, the anime, had some fan service in it, but I think it was done a bit better, and it was seen as much more like appreciating the human form as opposed to like just being like, hey, look at my tits. It's a lot more in your face, but with the fan service in the manga, and it creates really weird like backlash when it comes to like the more serious and existential themes of the series. And I know that can work sometimes, but I feel like here it just doesn't work. And I think a part of that also too is this is a very short series. This manga only ran to 3 volumes. And also, I point out, I don't know if you see it on my manga um, uh, overview video, but I only have two of the 3 volumes of this. So I've read most of it, but man, that just doesn't seem like enough time to really. It really doesn't feel like enough time to like flesh out the whole series as a whole and make you really feel the impact of everything that's going on and really know the characters enough. And one thing I found out while looking at through the series a bit more was that this actually came out before the anime released. So the anime is actually based on this, and it's one of the few times I can think where the anime is better than the manga. At least in, again, my opinion. And well, yeah, just that's pretty much my basic thoughts. Is plot's fine, just too short to really flesh out anything. Art kind of weak, just tone whiplash, and anime is just really generally better than this. So if you really want a good definitive version of this, I would suggest watching the anime. And that's all I have to say. Talk to you guys again later. Bye.